We're getting yet another rendition of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers with a new Green Ranger. Let's talk about it. So as many of you may know, the OG Pink Ranger, Amy Jo Johnson, is co-writing Mighty Morphin Power Rangers The Return, which is a Boom Studios comic that's going to be releasing in February of 2024. And yeah, MMPR again. I know, we're all trying to move past it, we're trying to look at some new stuff. And from the limited art and story info that we've got on this new comic, we're going to be seeing an older version of Kimberly, Zach, Billy and Jason. We don't know where Trini and Tommy are. I feel like they're going to incorporate the story with sort of real life a little bit and say that those Rangers are no longer with us. Maybe that's not the case, but maybe they're just respecting the actors. And from this comes a new Green Ranger. Now, this new Green Ranger is actually called Olivia Hart, and she is the daughter of Tommy and Kimberly. Yes, this is an Elseworld story where Tommy and Kat never got together. They never had JJ, and instead had Olivia Hart. Hart, of course, being the surname of Kimberly, not Tommy, but Olivia, probably a reference to Tommy Oliver. I imagine that's why they named it that. Why is their surname Hart? Maybe Tommy, you know, passes away before she's born. Maybe they just decided on that, I don't know. I've seen lots of opinions online about this, mainly from certain sources who have deep opinions on this. But I've seen quite a divided reaction. A lot of people are excited for this new story and think that it's going to be quite good. There's a lot of people who are kind of saying, you know, why are we doing MMPR again? We have JJ Oliver, he's cool. Let's try and move on from this story, even though it's for the 30th anniversary. And I get it. I can see why people are a bit annoyed. But also, you know, it is what it is. It's just another comic book. You don't have to read it if you don't want to. I think the main point right now is that the comic isn't out. You don't know what it's going to be like, so maybe like hold your opinions just for a second. But, you know, it is what it is. Of course, after the passing of Jason David Frank, we've seen his daughter in real life, Jenna Frank, do a lot of Green Ranger cosplaying and kind of spoken about how she'd love to play the daughter of Tommy. Maybe this brings the possibility of an adaptation into the future of like Olivia Hart or Tommy just having a daughter in general. You know, depending on what the Power Rangers reboot does, maybe we'll see something there. Maybe something animated can come from the Boom comics, who knows. I'd like to think this story is sort of a love letter to not only Power Rangers but Jason David Frank as well. I feel for them to write a comic specifically about the daughter of the character of Tommy and Kimberly, then I feel like surely this is done completely in homage, because we know that Amy Jo Johnson was very close with Jason David Frank, and you know, yeah, I feel like it wouldn't be written in any other way. Of course, the question we're all asking is, will this actually be any good? Jason's new armor looks pretty sick, but will the story work? If you haven't seen Jason's armor, all of the Rangers, Billy, Kimberly and Zach, go from teenagers to adults, and they still have the same suits, but Jason's got like this like rogue, like Mandalorian style armor with a cape and everything, and it looks pretty sick. Whether or not, like, what's the purpose of this? Why has he gone this solo? Here's my theory on it, but you can absolutely discuss with me in the comments if you would like. My theory is that in the fight against Rita, Lord Zed, whoever the big bad is at like the sort of main point of this story, they somehow defeat Tommy and Trini. Somehow they end up either sacrificing themselves or they end up, you know, dying in battle, and obviously kind of like Once and Always but with Tommy as well and not just Trini. And then time goes by, you know, they're still trying to figure out how to defeat the big bads, and Jason, as the leader of the team, because if Tommy's Green Ranger then Jason's still the leader, he takes it upon himself to kind of say, this is my fault, this is my team, I led them into danger, they died because of me. And then he takes it, I imagine that's when he then takes his own path and he gets the sort of updated look with the sort of scavenger, you know, the cape, the shoulder pads, you know, having the sword always present. I feel like that's where that would go. And I also imagine that in this scenario, Billy, Zach and Kimberly wouldn't have morphed in a while, and they have to kind of do a recall to action later down the line of the story, or like, you know, within the timeline sake of the story, that's when it happens. I think Olivia Hart will play pretty much like Min did in Once and Always. However, obviously Trini dies, then a year passes, and then Min wants to be a Power Ranger. I reckon in this scenario it's Tommy passes, Olivia grows up without a father, then discovers her dad was the Green Ranger, and that's when she then takes on the powers. Joins him in battle, Jason rejoins the team, they all fight against the evil. I don't know, that's my theory, that's just like a basic sort of log line that I'm thinking of. Either way, I'm kind of looking forward to it. I've never really read a Power Rangers comic from start to finish, so maybe this is what I take on first. Maybe I'll do some videos on it in the future, who knows. But yes, what do you think of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers The Return? Once again, let me know in the comments down below. Thanks so much for watching the video, consider subscribing if you've enjoyed it, and yeah, I'll see you soon.